Hi, it's Angie with Green Health First. I am here with my friend and teammate Monica, and we're going to talk about tools for immunity and respiratory health. Monica, how about giving us a little bit of about who you are and what you do?
Okay, hi, I'm Monika Fields. I am a mom of two, 10 and 8-year-old. I am a nurse. I've been a nurse for 13 plus years, and I've been using the oils for 5 plus years. And I do love beauty, health, and also into a lot of the natural health alternatives. So that's why I love the essential oils. And I've been using them for a while and sharing, and yeah, that's
Awesome.
about it.
Yeah, Monica, I know you have lots of little hacks and tidbits to share with us as we go through the slides today. I appreciate you coming on with us to do this recording and having other tools for us to share. So this is some information for you all to make note of. We'll have it at the end of the video as well, where we have both Monica and my information. So when we're talking about immunity, there's several things that play into a strong immune system. And as you can see on this slide, we definitely have to have, good nutrition. We need to have good sleep. We need to have, essential oils because we need supplements because we're not getting as much nutrients as we need to through our foods. What are some other things that are there, Monica, on the slide that we need?
Okay. Reduce toxic load. Obviously,
Yes,
mental health is a huge one.
absolutely. Yes.
Yeah, and
Do we have stress today in this world?
a little bit.
Just a little.
Yeah, I was unfortunately last minute. I had to take my daughter to volleyball, so I'm in my car today and doing
And
this
it's all
with you from
good.
here.
That's
Last minute changes.
Yes, exactly. That's what we have to do. So we have to adapt and overcome, right? And we have oils for
Yeah.
that, right? To help us stay
Yes, definitely.
on that grounding. So
Yeah.
we'll talk about those. So first of all, let's talk about what is an essential oil. And as you see on this slide, the essential oil is basically exists on the plant in oil sacs, and it essentially is the immune system of the plant. It can exist anywhere in the plant, as you see on the slide, in the stems, the seeds, the bark, the flower, the fruit, or in the case of the fruit, the peel. So many areas of the plant it could be embedded in. It's just however God designed it. And those oil sacs are what contain the essential oil, which has all these wonderful therapeutic properties that we're going to talk about, antioxidants to be included, and things like antidepressant or antibacterial or antiviral type properties. So we're going to talk about that. So what is the difference, or what can we find out in the world with respect to essential oils? There's lots of different grades of essential oils. And we know that you have to do your research in the essential oil market to know that you're getting what you think you're getting. And one of the things that we are hallmark for with our brand is that we have certified pure therapeutic grade. And that just means we go way over and above to ensure that that chemical makeup of the plant is the only chemical format of the essential oil. So no toxins or impurities or any synthetics. But we see, as you can see here, we have synthetic grade, we have food grade, we have therapeutic grade, and then we also have certified pure therapeutic grade. And that's the hallmark of the products that we carry. And one of the things that I wanted to share is we're really excited because we just had our convention, and we actually now have pharmaceutical grade approval for some of our essential oils that have been in our studies. So they've been studying a group of essential oils for about 5 or 6 years, and now they've published in the Journal of Pharmaceutical, I think it's Pharmaceutical Products and Analysis, and that is going to be available through PubMed.gov. And that the study data results actually have resulted in us having approval to label the products that have been in the studies pharmaceutical grade. So no other company out there has that type of grade. Did you hear about that yet, Monica?
Yeah, that's very exciting.
It is.
Amazing.
It is. Yeah, so we definitely are setting ourselves apart from the other things on the market. So, so we have this immune support kit that was put together, and these are the products that we're going to talk about mostly. And you can see we have a couple of Onguard products, which is kind of our hallmark blend for immunity, and for at least the body immunity. And then we have Capoiba and Breathe. Terrazyme, no, probiotics, I'm sorry, and then I think oregano essential oil. So so we're going to talk about Capoiba first because it was the essential oil that was the first bottle in the list. In case you're not familiar with Capoiba, it is a tree resin. It's derived from a tree resin. It's a tropical tree out of Brazil, as you can see on the map there. But it is what works in the endocannabinoid system. That's the same system that CBD works in, but it is not part of the hemp family, and it works very differently than CBD. Do you have some experiences with Capoiba, Monica?
So that's the one I actually don't have too much experience with, but I'm excited to try it. I recently had a femur fracture, and I've heard that it helps with, some pain or
Yes,
also sleep and other things. So
absolutely.
that's my plan for this month, is to order that and try that. And
Good.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and in October with our new products that are coming out, they're going to have it in a roller blend, so you'll be able to get that. But you can see here on the slide that all the different therapeutic properties that Capoiba can bring to the table. Where it is different from CBD is that it works in the system and actually binds straight into a molecule at the receptor site, where we have CB1 receptor sites and CB2 receptor sites, and you can see the systems it works in there. That's where it's different than the CBD oils. They are indirectly affecting the systems. They don't have a site that they actually fit right into, a little tab they fit in, a Lego, you might say, So, so that's where we're different. So we have very consistent results, and it does, like you said, help with pain and anxiety and sleep and digestion and skin issues, just really diverse, just like frankincense and turmeric. And there's no risks, in the nervous system like you can have with some CBD products. So, so the next products, of course, are the Onguard products. Have you basically been able to use all of these products, Monica?
Yeah, actually, I'm a big fan of the Onguard products. We use them in all different ways in our home. I definitely have the concentrate, and I use it for cleaning our countertops. So I make bottles, spray bottles for that. It's actually worked wonders too, because we do have dogs, and occasional odors and things in the carpet. So it works really great as even a spot treatment for that, getting rid of odors. And then I do use it for immune support for my children, especially during this time. And as soon as we don't use it every single day, but as soon as I, hear a sniffle or anything like that, we are on it, and I apply it to the bottom of their feet. And normally we don't have any issues with, granted, knock on wood, we haven't had, many issues with them being sick. And then I actually recently, just with the weather change, had, allergies and other things. So I started using the Onguard beadlets, taking them, 2-3 times a day, along with some of the Tri-Ease, which is for allergies. And I actually had a really great experience with it, that for
Good. You had good improvements. Yeah, we're going to talk about Tri-Ease down a few slides down. So thank you. I appreciate you sharing those different ways that you use it. Yeah, the beadlets are amazing. Anybody that I've talked to that has the beadlets and they've used them routinely, they actually will. There goes my light. They actually will. Take them every couple of half an hour or so when they have those sniffles, to make sure they just knock it out. So let's talk about what exactly is Onguard. So do you want to go ahead and describe what we have in Onguard here?
So basically, it looks like the main ingredients are orange, clove, cinnamon, and eucalyptus. So you have a lot of your antibacterial, antiseptic properties, antifungal, anti-infectious, which, again, hence all the different uses, especially around this time, and, a lot of colds and other things going around. So this is a good time for us to start using that. Cinnamon is I know cinnamon is, pretty effective in a lot of different ways as well.
Great anti-inflammatory property.
Anti-inflammatory, yeah.
Absolutely.
And orange also, I mean, there's so many different uses for a lot of these, orange for anxiety or just mood improvement as well.
Yes, absolutely. Orange and all the citrus oils are wonderful for their antidepressant properties. So they're going to be helpful for just keeping our mood uplifted, balanced, or anxiety and stress relieved. So we do have a product that is unique, which is this sanitizing mist. Have you used this one?
This one I have not, but I have made my own, sprays
Yes, me
for
too.
antibacterial properties. Yeah.
So this one they actually designed for surfaces. So it's not necessarily a hand cleaner, it's more for surfaces. And it does have a high alcohol content. So you're probably used to that with the sanitizers that you have to use at the medical facility, right?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. So that's why I'm not so fond of it, but it does have wonderful properties, and you can use it all around your house or your work area, on fixtures, on handles. What do you call it? Your tables, sinks, all of that.
Basically, basically it's a natural alternative to Lysol.
Exactly. It is. And you have so much more nutrients that it's bringing to the table to help fight, but also help you aromatically, because we know aromatherapy is very effective, right?
Yeah.
And so you can actually, like in your car, spray it on your hands and then your steering wheel, to help sanitize that, or your handles, in your car. So I love it for that use. So probiotics, they are key for immune system boosting, and for us to just keep moving things through and keep our gut balanced. Do you use the probiotics?
And not regularly, but I have done a few of the, I'm not sure if that's the right word, a few of the detoxes or just ways to kind of help cleanses. Yeah. So I normally do use the PB Assist just to reintroduce the natural, bacteria and everything back into the system, the flora. Yes. So I don't use it consistently, but I really do like the way that it works compared to some other ones I've tried over the counter. And I believe, because they are double encapsulated, I believe that actually, helps, when they talk about traveling down your digestive system and where it's actually released, because of that, it really makes a difference, in the effectiveness and not just taking something. So I do think it's definitely a better product over a lot of the over-the-counter ones I've tried.
Absolutely. And because it, like you said, it is the esoteric coating, it allows it to get through that stomach acid portion of the gut into the intestines. So that's where we want it to be, to really help the flora replenish when we have done a cleanse. So it's a great way to have with the capsule. But we also have the PB Assist Junior, which is formulated the same way, but it's kind of a powder that our kids use, but it's also, many of adults really like that one too, and it's very effective. It has a nice taste to it. So definitely probiotics, we want to make sure we have on board, because they do help the gut replenish when we have when we've been sick, when we've been on antibiotics, when we have done a cleanse. And if we don't have those on board, then we can have a lot of enzymes or yeast or bacteria kind of go haywire, and then we have further problems. So it's always important to have some sort of probiotic on board. I learned a few, I guess probably at the beginning of this year, one of the things that came out from some teachings that we had was to take the probiotic at night after like your last meal, and it does work better to give you the results that you want. So what about the vitamins? Do you take the vitamin pack?
Yeah, so I'm actually a big fan of the vitamin pack. I have been taking those for years. Yeah, so I mean, I'm unfortunately not great with being completely consistent at times, but I have been using them for years. And I fell off for a few months, but I've restarted back again now within the last 6 months or so. But
Yes.
religiously, I use them for years and years and years. Sometimes we just,
Yes,
forget
we
about
get
that.
out of our
Sure.
routine. Yes,
Life
we get out of our
happens.
routine. Life happening, absolutely. But this is doTERRA's #1 selling product, and it was when I came on board, 7 years ago. When you came on board, 5, 6 years ago, it's been the #1 selling product, and the reason is because they are 100% plant derived. All of the materials except for the omega. We have a regular omega that has fish oil in it, but we also have a vegan omega that is just 100% plant derived. And of course, the omegas are one of the key components that we want to have if we want to boost our immune system, right?
Yes,
I mean,
definitely.
it is key, and our omega does have vitamins A, D3, and E, in addition to some other components that are essential oil based in that omega. And then our Microplex VMZ, that is our multivitamin. So it's going to have all the main things that you would typically see in a multivitamin. And then the Alpha CRS, this is a cellular complex. So it has a lot of things that we don't get on a regular basis, like green tea and CoQ10 and some the ashwagandha root. There's just a number of different types of fortifying nutrients that our cells need. And so it's, this pack has so many great results that we hear from people all the time, from the immune boosting, but also to helping with anxiety and stress, helping with sleeping better, helping with having more energy, or calming down to sleep better at night. So those are the main things that we hear from people on a regular basis. In fact, regarding immunity, our team lead, Rachel, she gave a pack of this to a husband-wife team that went to work at a children's camp just earlier this month. And while they were there, they had a huge breakout of the virus, and they worked in the kitchen. They were the cooks, and all of their kitchen help got it, and they did not. So I don't know what they were doing differently, but they said this was the only thing we added in different, but that they just felt like that was one of the main reasons that they stayed healthier. And
Yeah.
as far as I know, they still haven't, their bodies haven't succumbed to the virus. So that's awesome. And it's just another huge testimony that's real life for us to be able to share.
Yeah, so I mean, if I can add anything on the vitamins, I mean, part of the reason I actually joined is just because I wanted to purchase the vitamins myself on a regular basis as well. Because once I tried them, I saw this is because I used multivitamins for years prior to being introduced to these, but these are the ones that I actually felt a difference with in my energy level. I actually have finally like long, healthy nails that grow and don't break quickly. So many other benefits, that I never saw with any other vitamins. So that's what sold me on those. And like I said, I mean, even though I haven't been completely consistent all the time, but I mean, I try to get right back when I do fall off, and
Very good.
it's always a positive experience.
Yes. Yeah. And most people do feel it when they stop taking them, they realize, why am I so tired? And
Yeah.
oh
Sluggish.
gosh,
Yeah.
my husband, he feels it in his knees, because he feels it when these weather fronts come through, and he's like, oh yeah, I haven't taken my vitamins in a couple of days. So it really makes a huge difference when we get those nutrients in our bodies. And we do know that we have to take in almost 10 times as much as our grandparents did to get the same nutrition. Because our food sources are so depleted because of how we grow them, where we grow them, all the toxins that are in the soil, the water, the air. And so it is so important that we have good supplements. Dr. Josh Axe actually did a short 6-minute video on our vitamins, telling us that the biggest thing that you have to be aware of with many of the supplements brands out there is that they're really full of rock salt, and they're not really much of anything else. When they go and they actually do the chemical analysis on the products, they find that they don't even have half or more in the product that says is on the label. So, and that's just unfortunate, because that's how the FDA allows things to be labeled. that folks can get away with it. But anyways, yes, thank you for sharing that. That's so important that people understand, to really do their research for a good vitamin. This is a great place to start. And what's awesome about our vitamin pack is it has a 30-day money back guarantee, right? So
yeah,
why not try it?
yeah,
The bottle's back, get your money back if you don't think it helped. So we got oregano up on the screen. Oregano is nature's strongest natural antibiotic. We do have it in, you can see here in the roller, which is, it needs to be because it's with a carrier. Oregano is our hottest oil, so it can really cause some skin irritation, some burns if we use it on its own. But it's really good for so many things. Have you had some oregano experiences you want to share?
The only thing we've, not me personally, but I have recommended because I've heard oregano is great for, antifungal and other properties. So, like toenails and other things, for athletes and, where,
Yeah, moles.
Yeah,
for people with moles and with warts that they've been able to get rid of those using oregano in combination with like frankincense. But yeah, you can see on here, it is one of the things that we want to add on board if we do get the cold or flu or any sort of bacterial issues, candida, because it is going to really address all of those and get rid of it very efficiently. Oregano has such strong data in our medical literature, but again, it is a hot oil, so we always want to use it with a carrier like coconut or olive oil or grapeseed oil or something. And it is actually in our Onguard soft gels. Our Onguard soft gels has oregano in it, and they are specifically designed to be used for acute care. So when somebody is getting sick or has been sick, that is when to get those on board to really fight it and get the body back in shape. So my light keeps going off. We also have some other options here. Of course, we talked about Onguard already that have good antibacterial and antiseptic properties. How about lemon? Do you use lemon very often?
Yeah, I love lemon. Most of the times when I do use it, I do love it in my water. I drink it almost on a daily basis, and I alternate. Yes, I alternate between lemon and peppermint. It's just refreshing, uplifting. And I've used it in recipes, and you just can't go wrong. And what is it? It's so inexpensive as well, as far as, and it's just so nice to have it in that form. Instead of having lemons that go bad in your fridge if you don't use them for
right.
So.
And if you use lemon juice in your water to drink, you often will you can have enamel problems with your teeth. And so you don't have to worry about any acidity in the essential oil of the lemon, which is awesome. How about Purify? Have you used Purify? That's our cleansing, we call it.
Yep. So Purify, I mainly use in my laundry, just to help with odors and just to help with cleaning the clothes. I also do have it in a spray bottle, just to help purify the air. And again, we do have pets, 2 dogs. So sometimes especially when we have people coming over, nobody ever says we have an issue, but it just makes me feel better to clean the air prior to having anybody over. So those are the main uses for Purify.
You can put Purify on a cotton ball in your shoes. Sometimes our shoes get really stinky, and you can use your spray, of course, that way. I like using it in the diffuser and putting it at my air intake when we move from air conditioning to heat, because those heating wires, they get all filled with dust and everything. And as they come on, they start burning, they smell horrible, right? So that's a good place if you put Purify there and just let it pull it right through all your vents. It helps to, clean and deodorize your vents and stuff too. That's one of the ways I've used it for several years. How about Breathe? Breathe is our respiratory blend. It's really awesome to help us with, I guess my light's getting too hot. I don't know why it keeps going on and off. But to help us these days to ensure we are breathing really well, we especially with allergies, it's ragweed season. I use it in a diffuser. I use it on my chest. I know athletes will use it on their chest and right here under the nose to help with energy and stamina. How do you use it, Monica?
So breathe is definitely one of the staples in our home, especially with kids. I think it's really important. And stuffy noses and having any restful sleep, because that's the one thing. I do have the essential oil and also the stick. My daughter likes the stick better because she can do it herself, and she applies it all over her chest and actually under her nose, especially when they're congested, because you know, with her, she cannot sleep if she's congested. Absolutely. So I feel like there's 3 essential oils that you cannot go without when you have kids, and breathe is one of those, the Onguard, and my other favorite is Digestin. I feel like those top 3 with kids, especially, or traveling, those are my top staples that I always have on me.
Very good. And Digestin, a lot of people don't realize, but that's a really good option to have on board for sinus issues and when we are congested, because where does all that phlegm go? A lot into the gut, right? So it helps to break all that up. And you're absolutely right. When you can't breathe, you can't sleep. You know, and that's why when we have allergies and we have congestion, we need to nip that in the butt and not let it ride, because it just starts building, right? You know, and you can't sleep, and then you're not able to focus. Your body's not able to heal. So use that breathe to ensure you have a better quality of life. So this is a blend that that has just been circulating among our group, that has been used for helping with viruses, helping with effects of the shots and things like that. The clove, frankincense, lemongrass, and thyme. This has been really instrumental to help people just overcome how the virus is set in the gut and also in the lungs. We've had really good success in using this in capsules, as you see here, the regimen indicates, and then also putting it on the bottom of the feet and the spine. And of course, aggressive use, just like we were saying before, you want to hit it as often as you can, every hour or so when you're starting to feel bad, to really get those nutrients in your system in the cellular level to help them heal. Of course, clove is one of the main constituents of Onguard, and frankincense makes everything work better. It's an equalizer and an enhancer, so it's always good to have frankincense on board. And then lemongrass. Lemongrass is one of my favorites. It's great for its anti-inflammatory properties. It's Charlie horses and cramps. It's very good for. It's, as you see on the screen, it's stress, different types of stresses, but also it's a great bug repellent. So I use it all the time in my bug repellent. Thyme is like your highly antibacterial oil. So it's up there with oregano in really helping with its antibacterial properties. And so I know that's one of the reasons that it's part of this, this foursome. But it is one of those things that, when you use this, ask Paulina. She's one of our teams in the upline, and she's an amazing converser. She's been able to really help people understand, what they're dealing with when they're dealing with viruses and infections and things like that, and then also what their bodies need to really fight those things and to heal. So you mentioned cleaning around the house. I thought this was a great picture just to have in there. Onguard is great for that, but you got, like you said, you could use to purify, in your water, whether it's toys, whether it's equipment. I mean, we have a lot of our kids that do electronics, right? So you want to maybe put some on a rag and use it to clean some of the monitors or the what do they call it?
iPads.
Sorry, the iPads, or their sticks that they use to control everything. The
controllers.
The controllers. There you go. I couldn't get the word out. So I use Onguard in a big spray bottle like the one you see there, and of course they say here add vinegar in. Do you ever add vinegar?
Yeah, I do. I actually do use vinegar a lot. I do use vinegar in my wash as well, just to help clean the clothes. So I buy huge bottles of vinegar from Costco, and we go through that. I do use it a lot for cleaning. And
it works really well with your Onguard, as you see here, and many of the essential oils. So it is wonderful for sanitizing. I totally agree. So here we are with that vinegar, excuse me, the lemon lavender peppermint, which you had mentioned before, the Tri-Ease. That's lemon lavender peppermint and soft gels. Like I said, we are in allergy season. This is a great recipe to make. That's easy to apply. Your kids can apply this just like they could the stick, when they are having allergies. And I know the first part of the year was just really brutal with allergies. People with having just horrible itchy and congestion type issues, sneezing issues, watery eyes, that sort of thing. Lemon lavender peppermint got me off my allergy medicines probably 7 years ago now. And what I love about it is in 15 minutes, I'm back to good quality life. Now, it may not last, for all day, depending on how much I'm exposed to the sources that are causing me to have allergies, but it's still very simple to be able to either do the regimen or take the soft gel and get back into good quality of life. And I always make sure that I take it before I go to bed and when I get up in the morning. When I take the lemon lavender peppermint, I put 2 drops in like a shot glass size of water, and just take a mouthful at a time to swallow and swish around and swallow, so that I can make sure I'm getting good contact sublingually, because that is the fastest way to get in the bloodstream. And of course, when you have allergies and issues like that, you want the fastest response you can have, right?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. So yeah, I love it like that. And of course, the Tri-Ease makes it easy because they are soft gels. Did you have anything to add in that? I know you talked about it a little bit earlier, but
yeah, so like I said, recently had a bout of just allergies and sneezing, congestion, and it really helped to alleviate those symptoms, especially when I was at work and trying to not to, because of course, with our times right now, everybody suspects something else, even if it's
yes.
not.
Yes.
So it really helped to control a lot of the daily,
Symptoms.
the daily symptoms. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Because when people do start looking at you cross-eyed, if you
I know. Yeah.
if you're showing
You're
symptoms
not allowed
of anything these days. So
Yeah.
So we have great essential oils, as I mentioned before. They are so well tested and very effective. And you have 2 ways that you can get them. And you can purchase them retail at our websites, or you can go and set up your own account and get them wholesale. And that's 25% off the retail price. In some cases, you're saving $10. So in some cases, you're saving 3 or 4, but it all adds up. And what's so nice about it is you can order them when you want to order them, and have them come straight to your home rather than having somebody else order them for you. I love the fact that we have that opportunity to have a wholesale account. It can be treated just like a Costco or a Sam's account. And like I said, order what you want to order when you're ready. We have lots of enrollment kits to look at. So please reach out to Monika or myself, and let's talk about the things that you want to bring into your home. See if there is a kit that might work for you, because typically the kits are put together so that the costs are less than what you would pay, even wholesale, if you bought them individually. So you still will have a little bit more of a savings if you were able to purchase a kit. So here again is our information. Monika's here. She has her own website, and you can reach her at her Gmail account. Same with me. My information is on there. I have the Green Health First as my main website, and then you can link to my doTERRA website, as well as the green tea website from there. And then I also have a Facebook page, and Monika, you do too as well. And I know you post things on your Facebook page. It's a great way for folks to learn just little tidbits and hacks. We do try to put recipes on our Facebook pages. So we hope that you have enjoyed learning with us, and we hope that you'll reach out to us with questions. Monika, thank you for joining me today. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. All right. Be well all.